Welcome, friend. Welcome to Morrowind.
Welcome, friends. Welcome back to Vardenfell. We're currently standing in a house in Balmora, where we allegedly came to pretend to deliver a slave, but before we could even talk about it, both the slaver and the slave went nuts and started attacking us. So we killed the one and pacified the other, and in the morally tractable direction, I hasten to add. And now our job is to escort Rabinna to Ebonheart, to the Argonian mission. And if we needed another free house in Balmora, this brings our total to 3. Good for us. Before we leave, I'm going to have a quick nap because I murdered for it and because I have some leveling up to do. You have ascended to level 7. You dig deep within yourself, trying to finally become the one who you thought you would be, but there's much to keep digging through. Endurance and personality were what I trained, and luck to 70. I would make a nice pun, but I can't think of one. What are points in strength skills, but yeah, it's fine. It's the way of things. Right, I think the best way probably to get to Ebonheart with a companion, given how horrible the companion AI is probably a silt strider to Vivec, and then pop down the coast from Vivec. So let's give that a try as a first line of attack, and we will see how it goes. Once we've delivered Rabinna here off, assuming she doesn't have any...
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
Your face looks a bit like a digital hologram, friend. You should probably talk to someone. Get that looked at. Yeah, assuming she doesn't, that's better, maybe. Assuming she doesn't have anything else for us to do, I'm going to go back and look about trying to free the slaves in that cloud shack. I just don't want to do it with someone in tow. Okay, can I get to Vivec from Sedanine? They do have a strider, don't they?
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
Am I remembering ESO? They do. Good. Pretty. Vivec's here. And we're heading down here. I guess we're completely on the wrong side of Vivec, but that's fine. I'm sure it's at least vaguely closer. Yeah, vaguely. I suppose I'll take it. It's a pretty city, Vivec. I'm
so hungry.
I'm sure it'd be an absolute nightmare for people who were first coming there. Is this the best way across the river? Yeah, probably. I could probably be safe with my water walk spell, and I think, if I remember rightly, NPCs also water walk with you, but again, Let's not push our luck, eh? Interesting. I'm going to try to be a little more focused than I often am and do a little less just random dillying and dallying and so on. See how that goes. Still there? Good. I'm pretty sure you can get off the bottom end of Vivec. That's assuming I'm going the right way at all. I'm not. Yay. Right, where am I supposed to be going then? This way. Okay, grand. Hello friend, nice collection of crap you've got there. I mean, I shouldn't prejudge that random guy in the cloud under cavern thing had some astonishing armor hidden out of sight. But, you know, chances are. This might be the first time we've actually run around the Vivec cantons very much in this game. As you can see, it's all looking as sharp and well tuned and tweaked up as you might expect. They've done some attractive things with the main temple as well. We'll get there sooner or later. Now, the moment of truth awaits. How easy is it to get out of the city? Pretty easy. Yeah, I imagine for people just moving to Vivec, the place is a nightmare. But I'm sure once you get used to it, it makes a bit more sense. And there's Ebonheart in the distance. Good. With me? Yes, good. It's back up to full, I see, looking up in the top corner. That's nice. I'm not expecting much to leap out at us. This isn't really wild territory. This is quite calm and well trodden. Might get the occasional diseased Kaguti or something. No one makes diseased Kaguti like my old ma used to make. I actually shudder to imagine what my mother's diseased Kaguti would have tasted like as some kind of foodstuff. My mother had a great many fine qualities, but significant consumption of alcohol and cigarettes rather blunted her culinary abilities. So I think the mission-y stuff is up here. Six fishes. I mean, it's probably a generic pub sign, but that's a stag with either some weird scorpions or some weird leaves underneath it. It's not any fish. Not any fish at all. I'm very disappointed in you. Someone's house. Tarry the Enchanter.
Yes, friend.
See, if this was reality, I would just ask you where the Argonian mission was, but maybe this is it here? No. But I can't, can I? Because that's not how games work. I've been around here before, though. It must be visible on a map somewhere. That'd be a house. Legion garrison. 6 fishes. Yeah, that's the place I just checked. Oh. except for the one big building I didn't check directly behind me. Rabinna will find her way to safety. She will stay in this place and find one who will help. What do you have to say about your hope of escape? Rabinna will be safe here. She will stay here. And Relam Arenith. Rabinna is safe from Relam Arenith here. Yes, yes you are.
Khajiit has no time for you.
That seems a little harsh, frankly. But, you have fun with the lizards. Lizards. I don't know what I mean by that. I certainly have no intention of ever devouring steaks of char-broiled Argonian. That sounds, dodgy. Can I get a boat to anywhere interesting?
I don't know if I like this.
One day is pretty much like another to me, but you suit yourself. You mean maybe you want me to go away and just come back some other time? Maybe it's a faction thing. Okay.
Summoned by another.
You, I think, go further, don't you? You're probably the boat to mainland. Yeah, you are. I don't want to go to the mainland.
What's your story?
Too long. Too sad. Alas. I mean, I could try bribing that gondolier, but, it's a nice night. Let's walk. We should be able to get along the coast and back up to Seydanin from here, but only if I head out in the right direction. I swear my direction sense is usually better than this, but there's something about
Yes, friend.
Ebonheart in particular that's
Glory and honor, Emperor and
confusing.
Emperor.
Also, why do I keep getting pushed to the side? That's really weird. Okay, fine. So, let's try heading out again, and with a little less inaccuracy, shall we? Someone asked in comments about my writing over the years. Basha Rolnik. I don't want to go on about it at huge length because, yes, fine, I spent 30-something years as a professional writer, but almost none of it is stuff that is things I get any sort of royalty for. And yeah, there's so many writers banging on so much about their work nowadays. Everyone's desperate with side hustles because everyone's just trying to make the rent. But I feel a bit unnecessary about talking about writing and stuff. But I've written a staggering variety of different nonsense, almost all of it for publishers who said, "Hey, Tim, we want you to write this book on insert random thing here. The deadline's really horrifying and the pay is almost nothing. Will you do it?" Because if you ever say no, they never come back to you again. I said, yes, and wrote it. So that includes novels, short stories, role-playing game core books, supplements and fiction, puzzle books, non-fiction books, a bit of advertising, some highway poster campaigns, short script for an advert once, menus for a ludicrously pompous bracket or quote marks 7-star restaurant. That was actually quite fun because I just completely took the piss as hard as I could, and they adored it, which tells you a lot about people. Yeah, so a huge variety of stuff. Things that I've enjoyed the most, or that I feel came out the best, well, I did the Apocrypha book for the original Hunt of the Reckoning, and that came out quite close to what I hoped it would be, except for the font choices that they used. The font choices, White Wolf stuff, were often very eccentric, and it made it pretty tricky. There was a role-playing game called Sigil and Sign, another Mark Reinhagen project that somehow kind of fizzled. I did a lot of stuff for that, and that was fantastic fun. I'm sad it'll never get to see the light of day because I really enjoyed it. I'm sure it's floating around on some sort of piracy site somewhere, but, you know, if it is, and if you can track it down, you didn't hear it from me. Puzzle books are all much for muchness. I did a book on the Kabbalah, which came out quite nicely. Like the book on Freemasonry, I think that publisher was hoping for just some kind of schlocky nonsense. But with the Kabbalah book, I took the time to do some proper research and tried to do my best to make it a good reference for the Western occult tradition. I didn't really feel qualified to talk about the authentic Jewish tradition of the Kabbalah so much because, you know, I'm not Jewish, I'm not a Kabbalist. But I've done the odd bit of occult shenanigans over the years, and I was in the IoT, the Order of Chaos Magicians, for a while. That was always fun. So yeah, that came out well. I was happy with that. And the Freemasons book, similarly, they wanted a cheap, nasty, this is why the Freemasons are clearly the work of Satan. So I ignored that and instead did as fair-minded historical dive into Freemasonry as I could. That came out well. I had a lot of compliments from Freemasons from that over the years. I'm not sure how many of these things are actually still available. What else? The Great Google Treasure Hunt on Global Earth was obviously a puzzle book, but it was one that had a big prize attached and very art heavy, and that was a lot of fun. I'm not actually coming to you, am I? To the fat leg thing. I'm actually going back round the corner to the thing. Nattering too much. I don't care what you tolerate, friend. That's the house. So, other stuff worth mentioning. Did a short story called The Doll Factory for a role-playing game based on Frankenstein type stuff. It's terrible that I can't immediately remember the name, but I am vague. Nope, not coming for the moment. I was really quite pleased with that. I thought that came out well. Bit of a Thomas Ligotti homage on the Quiet. Well, not even on the Quiet, really. And I kind of co-wrote and copy-edited some anthologies and story cycles. Cthulhu Lives and Red Phone Box both came out very well in terms of what I was trying to get from them. Red Phone Box was something like 20 odd different writers forming a series of interlinked stories. Ow, that really hurt. Good job I saved. Yeah, Red Phone Box was great. Cthulhu Lives was great. Follow-up, Cthulhu Lies Dreaming was also pretty superb. There's so much stuff. Deadpool and She-Hulk, Cheetah and Adventure books most recently. Some Doctor Who Wordles, they were all fun to work on. But, you know, quite circumscribed by license and by format. But still, they were fun. But that's more than enough about my bullshit. You're not doing me a favour by buying any of it. It won't help. I do theoretically get a royalty from the Deadpool and She-Hulk books, but, you know, they'd have to sell thousands more before they ever get around to paying me anything, so, you know. If any of this stuff sounds interesting to you, go ahead. Best advice I have. You're going to be a pain in the ass, aren't you? I did better coming round the other side last time. So maybe let's try that. Might make those fireballs a bit easier to avoid. I've probably got some flame resist stuff that I could do as well. You know, if I was thinking tactically like a normal person. Ah, I see why I'm occasionally listening to the weird. It's because one of my fingers is a bit floppy and it keeps pressing on the turn to that side key. It's mildly annoying. Things are sent to test us. Okay. Adrenaline Rush is good. Adrenaline Rush is very good. 10 seconds, not very much. Night Eye, Life Ring, Limp just be a shuffle. Divine Intervention, Guest, Hellfire, Mystic Finger, Ability, Unduces Unhinging. Maybe Invisibility might be a way to start off. Let's give that a try. I can sneak up on that wizard. I can stick a blade between his shoulders and cramp his style. Either one? I don't know. Maybe.
You will suffer greatly.
I think you were. Good stuff. That was a nice start. Now,
There is
you
no
escape. Escape is not his plan. I must face him alone. There's a lot of you flamey motherfuckers, aren't there? Sorry for my language. Okay. Let's save that. Okay, now we're talking. Right, let's do some looting. There isn't anything to loot. I seem to remember from last time they didn't have anything very interesting. But, you know, As I have previously discussed, if you're not looting every single chump you kill, are you even an adventurer? I think not. Oh yeah. Fatigue burster. Lockpick. That's within the weight limit. Arrows are always within the weight limit, as far as I remember. Blah blah blah. Tedious stuff. Okay. Thank you for your contribution to the cause. The Nerevarine Widows and Orphans Fund thanks you kindly. Of course, chances are I'm the one creating most of those widows and orphans. But, you know, that doesn't mean I don't have to at least acknowledge the fact. I killed someone around here. Where have you gone, little dead thing? There you are. You have a name? Why do you have a name? Oh, that's sellable. I'll have to remember to drop into... I know the last piece wasn't quite there. Drop into Ariel and pawn the stuff off on him, because we'll get a good value for money from him, because he's our buddy. Ariel really is the gift that keeps on giving. When you're down this part of the world, you can't be bothered to go and find Creeper, and you don't really need to offload something huge. Ariel is almost always going to be your best bet. It is so much worth helping Fargoth, even if you don't like him very much. And I have a certain sympathy for the weird little fertler. Dinner's lockpick. Does he used once? No, it says one use. Well, maybe we can get rid of it at least. We can. Tyrus Bitterblade. See those guys out there? They've been tracking us for a month. Slave hunters. Let's just say we disagree on some political issues. My team holed up here about a week ago, but they found us. I'm the last one, if I still count. I don't know if I could hold my own against a scrib right now. Listen, can you help a guy out? If you give me a scroll of divine intervention, I can get out of here, or you could just take out the hunters if you're feeling up to it. I have taken out the hunters. What do you train? Short blade, light armor, conjuration. Don't really need any of those right now, but I should have a scroll for you. If I had a scroll of divine intervention, I could get out of here real quick. Do you have anything for me? Yes, here it is. Thanks. I was almost worried there. I'm going to make my way to Stendar's retreat just north of Vivec if you ever want to find me. If you want to work with us, we can always use brave souls. Talk to Jaradan at Stendar's, and if he asks you about the twin lamps, tell him they light the way to freedom. Now that's good news, because that is the slave-freeing faction. It was kind of a hidden passive in the base game, but it's been expanded out to an actual overt thing. And I'm interested to see what happens with them. The Twin Lamps is an organization dedicated to the abolition of slavery in Morrowind. I would say many silently support us, but only a few are willing to give their lives to this cause, and that's what it's going to take. Well, thank you, friend. Good luck. Goodbye. Makes sense that slaves aren't going to have anything very much to loot, but there might be something in a box that really occurred to you. You don't seem very attached to your dead bodies, otherwise you'd worry about stealing from them. I suppose it's a pragmatic
Find a
life.
healer and stop bothering me.
I'm not bothering you. I'm just poking around.
I'll deal with you, thief.
Oh, really? Okay. I suppose it was red. Fine, I'll leave you alone. I like the way that the arrows I took off from the outside are still poking through on the inside. That's, I mean, a different cell, it's inevitable. I'll take the scales. Thank you very much. I'm optimistic that I'm not now flagged as needing guard intervention. Let's pop into Claode and find out, shall we? First, let's heal up. However, guar milk. Tasty, nutritious snack. I bet it's great on cornflakes. I bet you can't get cornflakes. Truly, it's a hard world. Hard and brutal. Where life is short and cheap. I'm not really going anywhere in particular with that, so I'm just going to stop. What's that? That has tomb-like energies. Let's have a look. Didn't spot that on the way out. My next task, as I remember, was to go back to the astrologians. But, you know, we can explore a little first. Flying Viper. Value 10. That doesn't seem very much. But, whatever. More guar milk. Thank you very much. I can hear undead things padding around in the tomb behind me. Means I should put my weapon back on. As the actress said to the bishop. Farmer's scythe, not worth it. Scythes, no sense of humour. Or is this locked? It's very locked. Do have a rather nice lockpick now, so at least for a little bit. Let's reload that because we only get a few uses of that thing. I don't want to waste it all on this door. So, save scumming it is. That'll do. Weapon. Of course, the fact the lock is that difficult might well mean that the place is going to kick my ass 3 ways to Sunday, but at least we'll know. The hell are you, Daedra? Yeah. That seems challenging. Adrenaline rush. No, that's a fatal thing. Okay. Fine. I will come back some other time. That's the thing about Morrowind. One of the things that I love, in fact, that it's perfectly happy to let you have some fights that are absolutely trivial, and then other fights that will absolutely destroy you, and to expect you to deal with that like, you know, sane person, rather than like Skyrim or Oblivion, where everything, absolutely everything is leveled, and so progress becomes meaningless. Nowhere is difficult, or at least nowhere is particularly difficult, and nowhere is easy, and instead you're punished for leveling up. Now I think we found someone in here and mulched one of them, as I remember. Well, if in doubt, go left. Note to self, remember to run this through the brightening filter, because it was night as well and stuff. I should remember to do that anyway, pretty much, but if I'm ending up in caves, I should definitely try to remember that.
You will die.
I will. Again and again and again. But it won't be thanks to you. Ralos Othranim. Coral Sparkblade. It's not even on the 10 to 1, but I feel bad about not at least picking up magic stuff. Don't know why. Juliel Aumyn's amulet. That has questiness written on it. It probably doesn't literally have questiness written on it at all, but it feels like something that might be involved in a quest. Torches. Nope. Oh look. Cocaine sandwich. Don't mind if I do. Cocaine sandwich. That sounds fucking brutal. Then again, there was that bunch of idiots who started a restaurant and stirred cocaine into their mashed potatoes, and suddenly everyone in the city was desperate for their mashed potatoes, and then of course the police investigated and they got sent to prison. But it just goes to show that even if you don't know you're taking it, cocaine's apparently fun. Possibly especially if you don't know you're taking it. Then again, if it wasn't that addictive, Coke wouldn't have put it in their Coke to begin with, would they? That looks like it might not be a way back out. Yeah. Nothing down here, really? Okay. Fair enough. Pretty sure I have some Rising Force, because I seem to remember making some. Or maybe Levitation. Same thing, different name. Fatigue, health and fatigue, water breathing, common disease, blight disease, levitate. Do I have... I do have a Rising Force as well. Good. That feels like something a modder might have put in. Oh, I'm still floating. There's nothing I can do about that. Quite a place, isn't it? You're in a maze of twisty passages all alike and all that.
Surrender now and I might let you live.
I'm not going to make you the same offer, friend. Wow. That's an inconvenient place for your body to go. Oh well. Hopefully you didn't have any fun on you. I'm not convinced I can be able to get out of those watery bits, which is why I'm not leaping into them. I don't have that much levitation on me. Okay, that's back the way we came. Fine. I guess that's where we came in. So I guess we're mainly here for that amulet. And some mushrooms. And a draggletail pod. I guess we'll grab whatever they've got in these sacks. Oh, 100 gold isn't bad. I mean, it's not grand, but probably keep a family of 3 for a month or something. Already got some moon sugar, so take some more. I'll go and dump it in the house. Torches, don't want torches. Too heavy. Can't turn them into sandwiches. Very distressing. Oh, that was the person we killed, that's right. Totally. That's not worth it, that's not worth it. That's not worth it. Alright, fine. At least if there's a need to come back, I will know about it. And maybe we will find that person and just so happen to have her amulet, assuming I don't accidentally enchant it or turn it into soap or something. I mean, who knows? I don't think you can turn things into soap in Morrowind, even in modded Morrowind. Oh, that's right. Before we were going to go back to the... I still want to call them firmamenters, god damn it. Before we go back to the astrologians, I was going to have a look at that... that Daedric ruin thing under the Thousand Lantern Way. Oh no, this is wrong. I remember that much. It's through here. Yay. Some degree of object permanence. Go me. It's interesting, this little path. I wonder if it's supposed to be ash or snow. I guess it must be ash, given the general Morrowind climate, particularly down here in the south. But who knows? It is kind of slightly like a mountain pass. It might be supposed to be high enough up that it's getting chilly or something. Yeah, so Balmora, Aril, leave the drugs outside his shop. Possibly just leave them there until I remember to come back for them sometime. Or I could leave them in his shop. We'll see. Then back to Balmora. Then back under Thousand Lantern Way. And that witch pod thing. Do you want to arrest me? Am I naughty?
The Nine and the Empire, citizen.
Apparently not. 9 to you too, friend. I'm Ninean, so is my wife. There's a confluence of madnesses. Right, yes, drop the drug so that Rill will talk to me. Don't think I have any skooma to worry about.
Hail! It is an honor to serve you. My goods are the finest in town.
Thanks, Auril. I thought I fixed the bards, and here we are. Okay, great. That should mean that if I need to talk to...
I barter for goods or coin. I also have a small selection of spells for sale. You want a little advice? That's free. That's all that's free.
Yes, bravely said, friend. There are a couple of spells I need, but I don't think you have them. Yeah. I need Command and Frenzy to get people to attack me so that I don't have to go for the horrible persuasion minigame, and calm them down, in case I need to calm someone down. The plain meld is not nigh. That was centuries ago. But it's an old song, though. Poison Reaper I want. Those two things I can get rid of. Little Sparkblade I can get rid of. Apparel. Yes, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. Don't want that. Want to keep hold of that. Probably don't want all of these, but never know. Did I pick up some shitey bargain potion? I did. Right. Not going to sell ingredients. That'd be foolish. Nah, I guess this will do. Thank you, Auril. It's a pleasure as always. I haven't forgotten you, Dravashai. I look forward to the day when we sail together, my friend. It won't be this month. Not in reality, not in game. But it will happen eventually.
Serve the Emperor and the Emperor's Lord.
Yeah, so that should mean that that quest I had hanging around in Pelagiad I ought to be able to complete. Because that was being stymied by a barded character. Do I want to run to... No, squirrel-brain. Focus. Balmora, thank you very much. Let's see if the mages can sell me command and... well, that wasn't what I wanted to do at all, but it'll do. Sell me command and frenzy. Because that really would be useful. Strange enough, as far as I remember, it's not illegal to cast frenzy on someone, or then to claim that... Yes, shut up. I'm not going to kill her. I might go and let her know that you're trying to have her killed.
Yes, Outlander. What do you want?
Anything you wish, Syra. You know I like you and want to help. In fact, with a good friend like you, I might even be persuaded to gossip about a little secret. Okay, Moraine, I'm on. It can't be easy for Skink in Tree's shade. The Telvanni have little respect for the Mages Guild at the best of times, and even less for Argonians like him. Yet Skink seems to have come to an understanding with their leaders. Some privately even admit to respecting him. You ask me, you'll learn more about making friends and influencing people from Skink than any diplomat posted in Ebonheart. That sounds like a hint that he has some persuasion-related training for offer. Calm creature. Yep. Calm humanoid. Yep. Do you have... Oh, I'll take levitate. I'll be very good at it, but in a pinch. You don't have friends either. I have water walking already. Oh, swift swim. Don't remember if I have swift swim or not. One of the troubles with Morrowind is that because the spells are flavorfully named, which I love, it does get difficult to know exactly
Greetings.
whether you have them or
What
not.
exactly do you require of me?
Good to see you again, Syra. Please, whenever you're in Balmora, feel free to stop by. Oh, what can I do for you? How are you in terms of pissing people off? Like magically? Far back, flip back, frostbite, parrot, poison shot. No, you're all a bit destructive. Thank you anyway. Where's the orc? In here? No. Drenel say Imprion. Hello, Syra. I'm Drenel say Imprion. This is Balmora. I don't believe we've met. Is there something I can do for you? What's your background? I am Drenel Imprion, alchemist and magician of the Mages Guild. Fine. You have any interesting duties? Nope. Hi, Ajira. Do you have anything you need doing? No, you're fine for the moment. I do need to do some training, but I've got a bit of time. You're the
Teleportation is the only civilized way to travel.
teleporter. I agree, Messalini. I agree. It is clearly the way that Akatosh intended. Do you sell any spells?
Have you been helping Ajira with the bet? Go ahead. I have many tricks of my own. Even you and Ajira together can't stop me from winning.
Yes, I have, and I think you've lost the bet because you spent the best part of 6 months standing on the landing going "Brrr," and vibrating backwards and forwards. And also you don't sell any spells. Let's see if waiting until daytime brings... Yeah, I just want to hang around. Brings that orc back, see what she has for sale. Might be something useful. But she's not here still. Well, okay. These things are sent to test us. At least I have some calm stuff. Right, so for the moment, let's... I suppose we go to the Thieves Guild, shouldn't I? Tell them that I've got their stuff, queue up another problem. Is this their side of the river? I guess probably not. Well, it's a South Wall Corner Club, and this is in the north, so...
Yes, Outlander. What do you...
It is over the river then. Because on the south, this side... Oh, I can't get through that, can I? On the south, this side is where the Kimona Tong hang out. What happened to the orc? Don't think it's for you.
How do you do? Well,
Not for you.
what is it?
Where are the Dwemer artifacts Habasi asked you to get? Have you found them, Wettier? You have Rajid's Dwemer artifacts? Yes, here they are. Yes, a Dwemer tube, a Dwemer bowl, a Dwemer goblet, all here. You have done Habasi a favor, and Habasi does you a favor. Habasi gives you some tools. Ooh, 2 more Master's lockpicks is wonderful. That is a really superb benefit. Is there anything else that you need done? Ralen Chlalo died recently, but left a bottle of vintage brandy. The vintage brandy is in Chlalo Manor. Bring this brandy to Habasi. That should be easy unless I've already stolen it and sold it on. If I have already stolen and sold it on, we could be at a problem. Am I due an upgrade? As a wetier of the Thieves Guild, Big Helen and Sadrith Mora will have a few jobs for you. If you travel to Narmok, talk to our operative there, Wadar Ku, and he will agree to train you in sneak, blunt weapon, and short blade. Okay. Advancement looks dark.
Habasi about the vintage brandy. Have you found what Rullin Lalo left behind?
Not yet. No one questions your skill as a thief, but some question your loyalty. Okay. Fine.
How do you do?
I do pretty well. Okay. I think let's get to the entrance to the thingy. The underground. Is it there or is it there? I guess it's up there. To the Thousand Lanterns Way, and then we'll leave it there. Because I am just about out of time. But, you know, I think we got some good stuff today. We rescued some people, and got horrifyingly slaughtered by a Daedra a couple of times. Oh yes, everyone's doubled down here, aren't they? Yes, that was hilarious. I'm really hoping that inside the ruins all the various monsters are doubled. Then again, they might be way outside my pay grade at the moment anyway. But we'll find out. We will find out soon. We will find out next episode. And I got to do some more training as well. I haven't decided yet what stats I want to push, except for, or what stat, because I want to push endurance again. So endurance and luck only leaves one more stat. So some armor training for some endurance. And I'll think up what else needs to be looked at, and come to some sort of decision. But yeah, apart from the whole getting chopped to pieces, I think it went fairly smoothly. Nice little roll around the countryside. Yeah. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please leave a like or comment if you want to help the algorithm be less of a beast. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.